Good day, my little robins. It's me, Beth. Another year is coming to an end, which means you get my top gigs of 2021. Now, I did this video in 2020, and there were 3 gigs that I got to go to at the start of the year, and well, in 2021, I got to see 4 gigs, so 1 gig more than 2020, but these were towards the end of the year, so a stark contrast. Before we begin, if you'd like to support me and the channel in the future, you can by clicking like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified of when I upload on this channel. Enough rambling, let's just dive straight into my top gigs 2021. The first gig would have been higher if I didn't have such a negative experience less than 20 minutes into their set. On Friday the 30th of October I saw Broco at Manchester Academy with my best friend Kate. This is a band, you know, that between the two of us we have liked for years, and they've always been a bucket list band. Now I'm going to briefly mention the negative experience which kind of took me out and I kind of drank to forget, but I was literally harassed and groped unprovoked by a random guy who was there with a group of friends who also harassed a few of the girls around us, and so it kind of made me feel like really uncomfortable. But like I said, I drank a lot, you know, Kate kept her eye on me the whole night, and well, I don't hold that against the band because it wasn't their fault, it was the guys who came to a show to harass girls. So yeah, that's why it didn't make it higher, but you know, after I had a few drinks in me and I was feeling a little bit loose and feeling better for myself, I could really enjoy this band. The staging was great, like the new songs mixed really well with the old songs. I really liked the set list, and at the end they came out in like Star Trek costumes because technically it was their Halloween show. I would see this band again in a heartbeat. Broco are a great British band. Next is Youngblood, who I saw here in Liverpool at the Student Guild on Monday the 18th of October with, well, my other best friend, Becky. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Youngblood, I listen to it if it shows up on Spotify, but I don't outright seek Youngblood out to listen to. But Becky had a great night, and you know, I love when people I'm out with have a good night. And well, I drank a lot, and I think 6 songs in I managed to get myself, Becky, and like 2 random girls who we made friends with at the bar before the set started, from the middle to the barrier. So, you know, I'm going to pat myself on the back, but coming out of the venue I could already feel like my ribs bruising, and lo and behold, my ribs were in agony, and I did have bruises a couple of days later, but that just shows, you know, that it was a good night. I was really genuinely surprised at like the friendly and like positive like atmosphere and vibes. I'm also going to give props to Youngblood. I love an artist who is able to interact with the audience, and he had the audience eating out the palm of his hands pretty much throughout the entire show. I also loved the staging. It was kind of simple, like it wasn't too over the top, and it was almost like he was trying to make it more about the music and pretty much more focus on taking like a sold out venue and making it feel intimate, which I think he succeeded on. If you want a feel good night, check out Youngblood live. Was my first gig of 2021, and it was on Sunday the 10th of October in Manchester at like a venue I'd never even been to called Night and Day Cafe, and it was for Japanese band Bridear. It was a very small venue, very intimate, less than 100 people. It was it was kind of full, you know, there was a good like age range, and I just loved seeing the look of surprise on people's faces when this band like swapped up genres, because this band do not stick to one genre, which like a lot of Japanese bands, you know, they like to do that. Now, I'm going to say this now. English, not their first language, and so I will give them props for when they tried to have audience interaction. It was really cute because they tried their hardest with Google Translate to try and have a conversation with the audience, but they kind of made one little mistake by someone mentioned football and they said Manchester United and there was some boos. When you're in a city like that has like Man United and Man City, you don't mention football. It's like here in Liverpool, you don't mention Liverpool or Everton if you want to, you know, keep the crowd positive. But the crowd was really positive. It was like infectious. Everyone was like bobbing and like dancing along, trying to sing back, but you know, don't speak Japanese. And I'm going to give like a shout out to the support band Twisted Illusion. Sorry, I nearly got their name wrong. Because I kind of got to like hang out with them a little by the bar. You know, they were great guys, very chill, and I just think that everyone was just ready to get back to live music, and well, I really hope this makes more Japanese bands come up north in the future. My top gig of 2021 was OMD, which is Orchestral Movements in the Dark. I really hope I said that right. On Tuesday, the 23rd of November at the Olympia here in Liverpool with my dad of all people. That's right, I finally went to a gig with my dad. He really liked this band, so I decided to tag along. And well, like he told me, it was nearly 40 years to the date since he saw them live. And it was just like a really interesting night. I did not know what to expect. I'd heard a couple of songs over the years, but my dad did give me quite a few songs of theirs to check out, and they played those songs so I could sing along and bop with everyone else, despite being clearly the youngest person there. I think what made this like night and this gig my top gig of 2021 was purely seeing my dad in his element and getting to spend time with him, because I pretty much get some of my early music tastes from my dad, from like listening to like songs like on like the like radio or like CDs and like vinyls growing up when we would have like our daddy-daughter days. And well, yeah, like I said, I wasn't expecting much going in, but holy hell, they had stage presence, audience interaction, dad dancing, a lot of dad dancing, inside jokes, and it was infectious. And I came out of that being like, oh my god, this gives me so much hope that bands that I like now, that fingers crossed 40 years down the line, like such as Muse, will still be going, and I'll be my dad's age going to that gig and having like a nice little bop. But yeah, OMD were my top gig of 2021, and that surprised me greatly. There we have it, guys and girls of the internet. Those were just my top gigs of 2021. In the comments below, I'd love to know some of the gigs that you managed to go to during 2021, or even upcoming gigs you are looking forward to in 2022 and beyond. You've heard mine. Now tell me yours in the comments. If you'd like to see me, you know, do a certain video in the future, the comments is also the place to go. Let's just wrap up this video before I continue to ramble. If you'd like to support me and the channel in the future, you can by clicking like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified when I upload on this channel. At the end of this video, you can check out my last 2 videos or playlist, depending on what mood I'm in when I'm editing this. Until next time, I'm Beth. Keep listening to good music. Goodbye.